There is an $80 foundation in your bathroom right now that promised luminous, youthful skin. What it gave you was caking, oxidizing 2 shades darker by noon and settling into every line on your face. But after 30 years as a Hollywood makeup artist and testing all 10 of the best-selling anti-aging foundations on real mature skin, I found that only 3 of them actually work. Real lines, real dryness, real texture after menopause, and the one I reach for first on every client over 50 costs a fraction of what you are paying right now. I am 53. This is personal for me. I watch these formulas work or fail on my own face every single morning. Let's go through every one. Number 1, Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. 1 out of 10. I put this on a client last month. She was 61. Within 40 minutes, it had crawled into her nasolabial folds and settled there like it was paying rent. The clay base in this formula grabs onto every dry patch like it has a personal vendetta. Forehead texture, the fine lines around the mouth, anything crepey on your face, it finds it, sits in it, and makes sure you can see it from across the room. And the oxidation is aggressive. She applied 2 shades lighter than her skin. By lunch, she was distinctly orange around her jawline. This foundation was designed for skin that still produces its own oil. If your skin has been through menopause, Tarte Amazonian Clay is working against you from the second you blend. The worst score on this list, and it earned every bit of it. So after that disaster, I was genuinely not expecting what happened next. Number 2, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. 9 out of 10. From the lowest score on this entire list, straight to the second highest. If you want full glam in a bottle, this is as close as it gets without a professional blending it on for you. I have used this on women in their 60s under studio lighting that reveals every pore, every line, every bit of texture on a 50-foot screen. It smooths all of it without looking heavy or layered. The coverage builds beautifully. The finish stays blurred and dimensional without going matte or falling into that cakey territory that makes you want to wash your face by 2 in the afternoon. It holds through heat, through 12-hour press days, through lighting that is meaner than any mirror you own, and it does not oxidize. The shade you put on at 6 in the morning is the shade you are still wearing at dinner. Charlotte Tilbury earns every bit of the hype. Full glam that still reads as skin. Now, you would think at that price point, every luxury brand would deliver something close to that. They do not. Number 3, Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. 5 out of 10. Dior charges you luxury prices and gives you barely there coverage that fades before your second cup of coffee. The first application is actually lovely. Skin-like, natural, the kind of finish that makes you think you finally found the one. Then 2 hours pass and you realize half of it has already left your face. On younger skin with good oil production, that sheer finish can look effortless all day. On mature skin that is dry and thin, you need something that commits. Dior Backstage does not commit. It fades from the center of your face outward, leaving you with foundation on your jawline and bare skin around your nose by mid-afternoon. For what this costs per ounce, that wear time is an insult. A beautiful first impression that ghosts you by lunch. And speaking of beautiful first impressions that fall apart. Number 4, Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Foundation. 2 out of 10. I wanted to love this one. The bottle is gorgeous, the shade range is beautiful, and when you first apply it, the finish looks like actual healthy skin. For about 5 minutes. Then it starts separating around the nose, pulling away from dry patches, and clinging to texture like it just discovered every pore on your face for the first time. Rare Beauty was formulated for younger skin with enough natural oil production to hold it in place. If you are 55 with postmenopausal dryness, this formula has nothing to grip onto. It slides, it separates, and by hour 2 you look patchy in all the places you were trying to smooth out. 4 foundations in and only 1 has passed. The iron oxides in most of these formulas react with the oils on your skin and the air on your face, and that reaction is what turns your shade darker and warmer throughout the day. It is the single biggest problem in anti-aging foundation, and most of these brands have done nothing about it, which is why the next one caught me completely off guard. Number 5, Luxe Foundation. 10 out of 10? I did not find this one on a Sephora shelf. A friend of mine, another makeup artist who works mostly in television, kept telling me about this foundation she had started using on her older clients. I ignored her for about 3 months because I had never heard of the brand, and I assumed it was one of those Instagram ad products that looks great in a ring light and falls apart under real conditions. Then I ran out of Charlotte Tilbury on a shoot and she handed me hers. I put it on a 63-year-old news anchor 20 minutes before she went live under the most unforgiving fluorescent lighting you have ever seen. And it looked like her skin, not her skin with foundation on it, just her skin having its best day. The thing that made me pay attention is that it adapts to your actual skin tone as you blend it in. So the whole guessing game at the counter, holding bottles up to your jaw under department store lighting, praying it matches when you get home, that problem just goes away. It matched her. It matched me the next morning when I tried it myself, and it matched a 70-year-old client the following week who has a completely different complexion than either of us. On mature skin, it does not settle into lines. It does not grab onto dry patches or sit on top of crepey texture the way most of the foundations on this list have. It sits in your skin, not on it. The finish is calm, rested, healthy. Nobody asks you what foundation you are wearing. They ask if you change something about your routine. That is the highest compliment a foundation can earn. I have used it on every client over 50 since that shoot. Not one callback, not one complaint, not one oxidation issue. It is actually cheaper on Amazon than anywhere else I have found it, so I will leave that link in the description for you. Now, you might think after a 10 out of 10 everything else on this list would at least be decent. You would be wrong. Number 6, Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. 3 out of 10? Every clean beauty influencer talks about this one like it is the answer to everything. Dewy, glowy, effortless, the whole natural skin fantasy in a tube. And on camera, in perfect lighting, on a 28-year-old, it does look like that. The problem is Ilia's glow comes from a formula that never fully sets. It stays tacky on your skin. Touch your cheek 2 hours later and your foundation is still moving around. On mature skin with real texture, that tackiness turns into separation around the nose and chin before lunch. The coverage is barely there to begin with, so when it breaks down, you are left with uneven patches and a sticky residue that fights every powder you try to set it with. Beautiful concept. Built for someone else's skin. If you are keeping count, 6 foundations down and only 3 have passed so far. Hit subscribe. 4 more are coming, and I saved one of them for last because it surprised me more than any product on this list. Number 7, Clinique Even Better Clinical Foundation. 4 out of 10. This one should have been perfect for women over 50. The name says it. The marketing leans into skin correction, tone evening, a better version of your face. Clinique built their entire reputation on dermatologist-tested, allergy-tested, safe for sensitive skin promises. Women in their 60s have been trusting that name for decades. The finish tells a completely different story. Even Better lays down flat and matte in a way that drains the life right out of mature skin. It evens your tone, sure. It also creates a uniform dullness that emphasizes every bit of dryness and crepey texture underneath. I prepped a woman for a press event last year wearing this. Under the fluorescent lights, she looked like she was wearing a mask of her own face. All the dimension was gone, all the warmth was gone. The name promises even better. The mirror disagrees. Number 8, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. 6 out of 10. This is the one your friends have been recommending for 20 years. Double Wear does not move. It will survive a wedding, a funeral, and a 3-hour flight without budging. And that loyalty to your face is exactly the problem. It covers everything. It covers it with a flat, heavy, matte finish that sits on top of your skin like a coat of paint rather than blending into it. By noon, you do not look finished, you look sealed. There is no light bouncing off your face, no dimension, no warmth coming through. Just coverage. I had an actress in my chair last Tuesday who swore by Double Wear for a decade. I put her under the HD camera and the foundation was sitting on top of every fine line like a topographic map of her morning routine. She switched that same day. Coverage was never the problem with Double Wear. The problem is that it makes you look like you are wearing something. And that is the one thing women our age are trying to avoid. Number 9, Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. 7 out of 10. This was the closest call on the entire list. Nars gives you a glowy, healthy-looking finish with decent coverage. And on a good skin day, it makes you look like you slept 8 hours and drank a gallon of water. The problem shows up after hour 3. On certain skin tones, it oxidizes noticeably, pulling warmer and darker as the afternoon goes on. And if you have any oil production left, even a little in the T-zone, it starts sliding. That radiance that looked so beautiful at 8 in the morning turns greasy by early afternoon. Lovely for about half the day. Half a day is not enough when you are paying Nars prices and hoping to look polished through dinner. And the last one on this list is the reason I saved it for last. Number 10, Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. 8 out of 10. When a celebrity launches a beauty brand, I go in skeptical because most of them are cash grabs with pretty packaging and forgettable formulas. Haus Labs earned my attention the hard way by performing. The finish is smooth, hydrated, and forgiving in a way that most medium coverage foundations cannot manage. It does not sit on top of your skin. It melts in. On mature skin with dryness and texture, Triclone does something rare. It smooths without flattening. You still look like a person with dimension and light in your face, not a mannequin wearing a fresh coat. It does not cake on dry patches. It does not separate around the nose. And the shade match stays honest throughout the day. The oxidation that wrecked Rare Beauty within an hour and slowly crept into Nars by afternoon never showed up here. More refined than most drugstore options, less punishing than most luxury ones. Solid, reliable, and a genuinely good place to end this list. 10 foundations. 3 passed. 7 took your money and gave you caking, oxidation, separation, or a finish so flat it made you look older than when you started. The anti-aging label on those bottles was a marketing decision. The formulas inside never caught up. I have tried everything the beauty industry has produced in 30 years of professional work. I have put foundations on skin under HD cameras that are meaner than any mirror you will ever own. Charlotte Tilbury, House Labs, and Luxe earned their scores. The rest earned theirs too, just not the way they wanted.